Hey guys, welcome to Music Me Happy. My name is Tessa. This is the third lesson in my Basics About Piano course, and in this video you're going to learn how to read music for the piano. Now, if you're just joining us for the first time, you may want to check out some of my earlier videos. I will leave links for them below. It may make this one make more sense. I can't stress enough how important it is to be able to read music. Playing music without being able to read is not much different from speaking a language without being able to read. It's certainly doable, but being able to read opens so many more doors. It may take a few weeks of practice to master it well, but you're gonna get it. Let's get started. There are two parts to reading music on the piano, pitch and rhythm. In this video, we are tackling pitch, which simply tells us what notes to play on the piano. Music is written on something called a staff, which is nothing more than 5 parallel lines to help keep things organized. Here are the 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in between the lines there are 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can put a music note on each line like this, and we can put a note in each of the spaces like this. Piano music is different from other instruments, though. It actually is written on 2 staffs. That's because we have 2 hands. We join these 2 staffs together by a bracket and a line to mark that both staffs are to be played together. This is called the grand staff. On the grand staff, the upper staff is for the right hand and the lower staff is for the left hand. Now we write special symbols at the beginning of each staff to indicate the location of the notes. The symbol to play high notes is called the treble clef. It looks like this. And the symbol for the low notes is called the bass clef. It looks like this. I'm going to start with the treble clef on the top staff and the bass clef on the bottom staff. But please note that sometimes both hands can play high notes or both hands can play low notes, and the clef at the beginning of the staff will tell you where to put your hands. We are going to start with the very middle note on the piano, on the left of the 2 black notes. This is middle C. On the grand staff, we find middle C in the middle of the 2 staffs. It has its own little line. This is called a ledger line. By counting up or down the lines and spaces using the musical alphabet, we can find all the notes on the staff. Let me show you. Here is middle C, as I said. Middle C is on a line. If I put a space note right above it, so we go line to space, following the musical alphabet, A, B, C, D. The next one would be a line note, E, space, F, line, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's how we go. Just keep following the alphabet, counting lines and spaces. Now, when we go down into the bass clef from middle C, we actually count backwards on the alphabet. What comes before middle C? B. Before that is an A on a line note, space G, then a line note F, and then E, D, C, B, A, G. Okay, it's crazy to try to memorize it like this, so let me break it down. There are several ways to learn. No way is incorrect. You need to figure out what's going to work for you. I'm going to show you some landmark notes that are easy to find. Then I'm going to teach you another easy way that might also help you. So first, the landmarks. I already showed you middle C on the grand staff. That's the first landmark. The bass clef is called the F clef. It's because it shows us where the note F is. This line, the one that centers through the 2 little dots, this is the F line. 5 lines and spaces below middle C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at the keyboard and it's 5 notes below middle C. Now the treble clef is also called the G clef. That's because it shows us where the note G is. The swirl here on the treble clef actually makes a bullseye on the G line. So when I draw a note on this line, it is the note G. And it's not just any G on the piano. When we count lines and spaces up from middle C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we see that this G is the 5th note above middle C. So we have middle C, we have G, and we have F, our first landmarks. The next landmarks are the C's above and below middle C. On the grand staff, these C's are the second space from the top and the second space from the bottom. We also put a landmark note on the bottom line like this. This is the note G for go. And finally, we put a note on the top line like this. This is an F for finish. Now, I memorized these saying go C, F, C, G, C, finish, starting from the bottom of the grand staff. Go C, F, C, G, C, finish. From these landmarks, you can count up or down the lines and spaces with the musical alphabet to figure out other notes. So let's take a look at some examples. Here we have the grand staff, and I've put the musical alphabet below. This note here, which is one of our landmarks, if you remember the swirl around the treble clef, that line is the G landmark. So here we have a G, and now we go to G on the alphabet and we go backwards one note because we're going down on the staff. That is an F. Let's take a look at another one. Here is the C below middle C. So we put one note a line above, so we're going to look at the alphabet. We go from C and then we go up one to D. So one of the other ways is memorizing line notes and space notes. For the line notes in the treble clef, every good boy deserves fudge, and in the bass clef line notes, good birds don't fly away. The space notes of the treble clef spell F-A-C-E, bass, and the space notes of the bass clef spell A-C-E-G, all cars eat gas. In the next lesson, we will be tackling rhythm. Now don't forget to subscribe to my channel below and like this video. And you can also head over to my website, musicmehappy.com, if you want to find out a little more about me. In the meantime, practice hard, and I will see you at your next lesson.